second grade. This is Miss Hedstrom, and I am going to be teaching you your phonics lesson for today. So we will be looking at prefixes this week. And a prefix is an affix that is added to the beginning of a base word. And when you add that prefix, it changes the meaning of that base word. So on this left column, we have our base words. On our right column, we have the base word plus the un prefix. So our first base word here is pack. And when you add unpack, it makes it into the opposite. So pack means you are putting things or items into something. You're packing it. Unpack is the opposite. You're taking them out. Clog means something is stuck. When you unclog it, you're taking that clog out. You're undoing. You're doing the opposite of it. Latched means something is closed. Unlatched means it's not closed. It's actually open. So it's the opposite. Roll becomes unroll. So instead of rolling something up, if you unroll it, you're doing the opposite. Clear to unclear means it's not clear. Cooked to uncooked. Uncooked means it's not cooked. Easy, uneasy. Uneasy means not easy, where easy means it's easy. And then washed means something's clean. Unwashed means it's not clean, it's dirty. So you can see how this prefix un, when you add it to the beginning, it changes that word, that base word. So now we are going to be looking, and I need to get rid of my little thing there. And I'm going to be making some words with you. So the first word we're going to do is unwise. Unwise. So when I hear the word unwise, I hear that prefix in the beginning, un. But I want to first think about that base word, wise. And I hear w. Oops. Forgot I can't do that page if I am in present mode. Okay, so wise. Not the T, I need the W. Wise. And in this case, that Z sound is actually an S. Wise. And now in order for that I to say its name, I have to add that E to the ending, or else it says wis, which is not a word. So now I have my base word wise, and I need to add my un. Unwise. And actually, I'm going to do what I did last time. I should have already had this ready, but for some reason, it didn't cross my mind. Unwise. I believe I go to 96, and we will highlight it. We'll do purple again. Okay. Unwise. So, oops. So if somebody is wise, that means they're smart. If they're unwise, it means they're not very smart. So adding that un made it opposite, or not smart. Okay, next word. Unjustly. Unjustly. What is that base word? Justly. Now, I hear three different parts. I hear the un, which is my prefix. I hear just, which is the base word. And I hear that ly ending, justly. So I want to think about that base word first. Just. And just starts with a J. You. Justly. Lee. And we've talked about how that Lee sound is L-Y. Oh, I don't have a Y. Well, letter P, you're going to become a Y. Unjustly. All right. So now I have justly, but my word is unjustly. So I need to add that prefix to the beginning. Unjustly. So justly means that somebody is being treated fairly. Unjustly means they're not being treated fairly. And our last word, clip. Clip. Well, actually, the word is unclip, but the base word is clip. So when I hear the word clip, I think cull. I don't have a K. I think the book was wrong in telling me. Oh, duh. I don't need a K for clip. I need a C. See, my brain is all over the place. Cull. I can't even think of a time when the cull sound would be a KL. I think it's almost always, or is always, the CL. So cull ip. Cull ip. I hear that I, and I got rid of that P for the Y, so we got to bring him back. Clip. Clip. So when you clip something together, you're putting it together. Unclip, you're doing the opposite. You are taking the pieces apart. So clip becomes unclip. Now, so we have some words here. Fair, happy, load, fold, afraid, likely. When we add our unprefix, it becomes unfair, unhappy, unload, unfold, unafraid, and unlikely. Now, this is something that I haven't specifically mentioned yet, but the prefix un can have two different meanings. It can change the word to mean not, or it can mean do the opposite. So for example, fair, unfair, you have to think, what does unfair mean? Well, unfair means not fair. So that prefix would mean not. Unhappy means not happy. So that prefix means not. Unload means you're not putting things in it. You're doing the opposite. You're taking them out. Not load is not what unload means. Not load means you've never loaded it to begin with. In this case, something is already loaded and you have to do the opposite. Same with unfold. You can't unfold something unless it's already been folded. So this prefix, un, with this base word, fold, means do the opposite of folding. You are taking it apart or undoing the folding, the opposite. Unafraid means you are not afraid. Unlikely means you are not likely to do something. So, your activity today in your seesaw is going to be, you'll have to understand these meanings because you're going to be using words in sentences and you'll have to use them in the correct context. Now, we're going to do an activity where we have to think about these words. And I have right here the un meaning not, the un meaning opposite of. And so we're going to look at these words over here on the left and decide which column they go into. So, unbend. Unbend. When I hear about the word unbend, is it meaning not bend or the opposite of bending? To unbend. Well, I know that if I have to unbend something, it means it's already been bent. So unbend means the opposite of bend. Unglue. Once again, to unglue something means it had to have been glued already. So I'm doing the opposite of it. Unglue. Unhelpful means not helpful. But doesn't mean they were helpful first and now they're the opposite of helpful, it means they were probably never helpful to begin with. Not helpful. Unhinge. So hinging is kind of like clipping, where things are coming together. So unhinge, in order for something to be unhinged, it means it was already hinged. Unsorted. Unsorted means it was not sorted. Unready. Not ready. Unhealthy. Not healthy. Unscrew. Not screw. Does that make sense? Not screw? It doesn't make sense. So that also is a clue that it could mean the opposite of. Unscrew, the opposite of screwing. Means it's already been screwed, you have to do the opposite. Unbalanced, not balanced. Undress, not dress. No, that doesn't sound right. In order to undress, that means you already are dressed. So it's the opposite of dress. And same with unclip. In order to unclip something, it has to have already been clipped. So we've now sorted these into two columns where the prefix un means not. Unhelpful, unsorted, unready, unhealthy, unbalanced. And where the unprefix means opposite of. Unbend, unglue, unhinge, unscrew, undress, unclip. Now we're going to go back and look at this sheet again, because these are the words that you will be working with right here. Unfair, unhappy, unload, unfold, unafraid, unlikely. Over here, it's already telling you what the prefix means. So in unfair, it means not. So not fair. Unhappy, not happy. Unload, you're doing the opposite. So like unload the laundry, unload the car, unload the camper. Unfold, doing the opposite. Unafraid means not, and unlikely means not. So this is what your template is going to look like in Seesaw. I've written the words on the left here, and you are going to be writing a sentence using this word. So you will have to come up with a sentence using the word unfair. Another sentence using the word unhappy. I've also included your little cheat sheet here with the words that you're using and their meaning in case you forget what that prefix means, so that you can make sure your sentence is making sense. So when you are in your Seesaw, you will be using your text feature and typing your answer so that your teacher can read it. I don't think you can, you know what I'm going to have you do actually? After you type it, I want you to get the pencil feature and underline the prefix word that you're using in your sentence so that your teacher can automatically identify where it is in your sentence. So in the end, you will have 6 sentences written that you will then turn into your teacher. So have fun. Prefixes are super cool to learn. It opens your mind up to a whole lot more understanding of words when you're reading and when you're writing. So yeah, prefixes are super fun to teach and learn. So have fun, and I will see you tomorrow.